back to Inside Pacer Athletics, brought to you by Concept HR. I'm Alex Buchman alongside Travis Broome. Travis, get started off with women's volleyball.
Yeah, women's volleyball traveled to Augusta State last Wednesday and rallied and won that match 3-2. Then they traveled back to the USC Aiken campus on Flashback Friday in the SAC gym, played against Catawba. Unfortunately, fell in 5 sets to Catawba. Then went across the street back to the Convocation Center where they hosted number 12 in the nation, NAIA Embry-Riddle, and lost that match in 3-2. Then they went, just yesterday, went and played PBC foe Lander at Lander and lost in 3 straight sets.
As mentioned, tough little stretch for the volleyball team, but as you say, they're at the midpoint of the season. Right. See if they can get it turned around. Now moving on to the women's soccer team. Women's soccer team took on Armstrong Atlantic State last Wednesday, 9th ranked, dropped the loss to them, then went down to Flagler, lost 2-0 Saturday. And this past Wednesday, they were down 3-0 with 20 minutes left against UNC Pembroke. Battled their way back, but were unable to pull off the upset and lost 3-2.
Yeah, this is a young Pacers team like we mentioned earlier in the season. We got a lot of more positive things to look forward from them. It's midway through the season, so good luck with them for the rest of the season. Now moving on to men's soccer. The men's soccer team traveled Saturday to nationally 12th ranked Flagler. Unfortunately fell in that match 2-0. Then they traveled back home yesterday to play against UNC Pembroke, where goalie Bobby Bolander got a game-tying penalty kick in the 70th minute. The Pacers eventually ended that game in the tie in double overtime, Alex.
Certainly, as he'll be up for goalie of the week on that play. Excellent play by him. Again, tough stretch by the men's soccer team. See if they can pick it up the rest of the way. We wish them the best of luck. The baseball team held their Parents Weekend this past weekend for their Cardinal Navy preseason. They still have a few games left. You can check out all those games and local listings on PacerSports.com. Love for you to come out and support the Pacers as they wrap up their fall campaign.
Yeah, and softball's doing the same thing right now. They just finished their final 4-game tournament at USC Aiken. They will now travel on Friday to play the University of South Carolina Gamecocks in Columbia. So good luck to the softball team and baseball team as they finish out the rest of this fall season.
All right, Travis, some exciting news brought this week for both of the basketball programs. The men's team preseason ranked 11th coming into the 0-10-11 season.
Yeah, and then the women's basketball team is now going to host a nationally televised game on CBS Sports or CBS College Sports. They're going to be playing Clayton State at home. So congratulations to both of those teams.
We look forward to that. We're going to toss it over to Sports Information Director Brian Hand as he sits down and talks about how the women's basketball team has been affecting the community here in Aiken.
Being a student athlete at the University of South Carolina Aiken is something very unique. It's not really about just playing sports. It's not really about just being in class, being an academic student. It's really about everything. As you can see behind me, it's also about being a part of the community. And the thing that the USC Aiken student athletes understand maybe more than anyone is that giving back to the community is something that's really important. That's why they're doing things like they are behind me, where they're working with the Habitat for Humanity through a collaborative effort to make a shed for the community. Go out and be used in the Aiken community. That's what really student athletes is about. We're going to talk to a couple of our student athletes about why the USC Aiken women's basketball team takes time such as this to give back to the community right here on Inside Pacer Athletics.
We like going out to the community and helping people and just seeing that it puts a smile on their faces.
It means a lot, individually and to ourselves personally, it's a lot. I feel like it's good to give back to the community because this community gives a lot to me. I'm on scholarship and it's something I can do to feel a little better about it. And our team, well, obviously it's a team builder, so we get to know each other a little better. We get to hang out in a setting outside of basketball, and it's just fun to relax and do something different than just always play and go at each other.
All right, well, one of the biggest things at being a USC Aiken is not just to be a USC Aiken student athlete. It's not just about being a student athlete, go to class, even playing on the field, but being in the community. Talk a little bit about what your team does for the community.
Okay. We take a lot of pride in getting involved in the community. I think that's so important for a school of our stature, and in a smaller community like this. I think the more we can get out, the better it is for us just to make contacts with people. We go out and we do a series of different things. We have Upward Bound basketball with little kids. We do tryouts for them. Sometimes we do clinics for them. We go to some elementary schools and read for them. We've gone to the SPCA and chase the dogs around and the cats. The players really have a lot of fun with that. We don't get too many of the dogs come to any of our basketball games, but you know, I think it's good for the animals and the people like that. You know, they're associated with that. We've done a number of other things, volunteering for the United Way. We've done help with the buddy walk. So, you know, there's a number of things, and sometimes, you know, we possibly get maybe too involved, but you know, I think it's very important for the community and for our basketball programs.
We also know it helps them because, especially when we go out to do like stuff for the community, like building sheds and stuff, they'll really appreciate it. And the children, when we do stuff for like helping hands, they like that a lot. They look up to us. And
I think it's a little bit of everything. I mean, it shows other people that we're not just athletes, we're not just students, that we are people like everybody else, and it's fun to show everybody that.
it just puts a smile on their face that usually they might not have.
This week, you got great news. Found out they're going to have a nationally televised. Talk about what that means for your basketball program.
Oh, I think it's so exciting. Our players on our team are really, really excited. We got good coverage from the media, as we always do. I think it's very good for our basketball team, and in recruiting standpoints, you know, we can talk about, as we're talking to recruits about, the, you know, we were selected to play on national television. The community, I think it's great for the community, great for the University of South Carolina Aiken, you know, and to get us a little publicity there through athletics and women's basketball, we're just very happy with that.
Well, I thank you for taking your time, and we'll see you next time on Inside Pacer Athletics.